So, in following on to our conversation around some of these core concepts, these dualities, in the earlier episodes, we talked about the objective and the subjective. In our most recent episode, we talked about freedom and fullness. Today, I want to talk about expressions of those things in the context of care and compassion. And these principles all roughly are equate to each other. So you can look at the objective and the freedom or agency kind of things as being connected to each other. And you can add to that the expression of yang compassion. We use yang in the context of yin and yang from a kind of Eastern philosophy perspective. It's convenient. It doesn't really matter whether or not you agree with the terminology. We can pick whatever one you like, but the expression of care in a objective or agentic context is that sort of traditionally represented as a yang type of compassion. And what does that look like for the average individual? It means when you are expressing care from a yang perspective, you are trying to evaluate on behalf of someone else in the world, potentially, how can you maximize agency? If they are complaining or suffering from an experience, you are in a problem-solving capacity trying to help them maximize outcomes. It doesn't necessarily mean solving on their behalf, but rather in that kind of what we would traditionally call like a tough love kind of model, say, well, maybe if you stop doing that, you'd be in better shape. On the opposite side, or opposite's not really the right word, we talked about that in a couple episodes back, but in a related note, the yin compassion, that expressive fullness compassion of subjective experience, is really the kind of non-judgmental nurturing, that kind of perpetual nourishing care that you're going to get when you have a non-evaluative capacity. It's a fullness of experience. So, you can describe perhaps yin compassion as like a mother's love, and yang compassion like a father's love. Now, we can use those as traditional sort of mindsets or concepts or mindsets, but for us, as enlightened craftsmen, we want to use them both internally on our own behavior as evaluative capacities, and externally when helping others in the world. Switching between that yin and yang kind of approach is going to be really, really valuable. And you'll see it in situations where someone says, I just want to vent. That's more of a yin compassion response, right? Somebody wants to kind of dump their load or ease their burden emotionally. You will kind of approach that from a yin mindset and say, I'm just going to be here to nurture you and make sure that, to the extent that you need a friendly ear, you've got it. Whereas a yang compassion is, I'm going to try and help you conceptually work through a problem to maximize your outcomes. When you go to your, sort of father figure in life to help solve a problem that you're having, they're going to tell you exactly what to do and what not to do. And sometimes they're going to say that in ways that are maybe challenging to you as an individual. So when you're taking these perspectives with each other, with other people, with members of your lodge, remember, of course, we're always going to try and be as considerate and sensitive and respectful as we can. But taking these different perspectives will give you the opportunity to essentially use your skill as an enlightened craftsman to help improve yourself and improve the people around you.